So my soul searching and what I found along the way creating this album was really trying to find myself again. There was parts of me that I didn't understand or knew, and creativity, when we let go and we were in the moment, we were able to do things that we didn't even think that we were able to do. I guess that's why improvisation and playing around with improvisation as a tool for me is very important, because you're just there. When the name Völva came to me, I had been doing a lot of research. I had gone back into trying to kind of reconnect with my roots and with my heritage. I've also explored Scandinavian music, and particularly Swedish folk music like kulning, which is a particular form of singing, and Völva is basically Nordic shamans, and they are predominantly women and often described and portrayed as extremely powerful, and they take space and they're proud, and I've lived my life feeling like I have to minimize and make myself small in order to make other people feel safe, and I guess I just felt like I was done with that. And you know, once and for all I need to really just do me. And I think what I've learned through the experience is that I was just basically rejecting myself and rejecting a lot of who I was, and me trying to reconnect and reclaim that part of me has been really important in this journey, in all the aspects: where I'm from, my roots, my heritage. So when my voice was forced to rest, obviously having a voice injury has forced me to be quiet. I had 2 weeks of complete silence. I couldn't say anything. And it was extremely painful. I had to start listening to myself, actually, without words, and you know how we kind of communicate with our emotions and our feelings, and finding other forms of audio and sound that could help me connect with my voice, but also connect with others. But also realizing that there's so much stuff that we don't have to say. It really forced me into understanding that maybe I am saying so much that doesn't actually mean anything. Wanting to be understood, when I think that you can kind of feel that energetically anyway. The interesting thing when you create an album and the way that it forces you to listen to yourself, you know, it's like I'm sitting with my computer, with my instrumentation, with all the equipment I have, and I'm basically telling my piano a story, and the piano is giving me answers back, and it's really amazing because you can sit there and you have no idea what it is really that you're trying to convey, and you hear yourself sing certain things and say certain things. So it's really self-explorative, and it is just like therapy, and I feel like it's taught me so much about where I'm at right now. It helps you to really see, rather than just running and running and running through life and constantly having a response to things. Silence teaches you to listen. It teaches you to be in the moment. It teaches you to be present with those around you. I guess that's why silence and solitude is two really important factors for growth, as painful as it is. But now I had to really sit with myself. Creating the album, like the actual kind of process of it, has been extremely intimate. It's been me here in my room. I have quite a lot of people featuring. A good friend of mine, Christine, who's a sax player, and we've created in my room, and it's been beautiful. There's no pressure around it. You can do so much with so little, you know. I've learned so much through the process. The best way of mixing, the best way of recording, what mics to use, what mics not to use. And I was back home in Sweden over Christmas, and I'd collected loads and loads of samples, and one particular one where you basically record what it sounds like when the ice gets created. So when the ice is forming on the lake, it makes this mad sound. So if you put a microphone in the water underneath the ice, you can hear it sing. And that's now become the song that I feel is the most important to me. It's all about how we run away from ourselves, running through the fears. And that's how I feel. What am I waiting for? Why have I been waiting this long to do me? To do the things that I love? Like, for what reason am I holding back? Very often it starts with drums, and then I start layering sounds, and the weirder the better. So obviously I've collected all these different samples of water or me walking in the snow, And that is then where I kind of started manipulating these sounds, and then a layer bass, and then the vocals comes. What I wanted is I wanted you to feel like you are on a frozen lake and you're walking on it, and I wanted the beat and the rhythm and the drums to sound like the crackling of when you're walking. I essentially recreated that by manipulating sounds that I had. So it's all of this like, and I'm also recording my voice making beats. Put that through a lot of delay, a lot of reverb, another couple of kind of effects. That level of freedom that you feel when you're on an open lake and there's nothing else around you than just space and snow. It's incomparable, actually. Helping people to see how nature can help and heal us, and that's what water does to me a lot. The concept is following the year around the seasons. Every song is connected to a season. The reason I wanted to do that and how that all came about is because I obviously felt like everything I was creating kept on changing depending on where I was in the year. And how I felt like I was so out of sync with the rhythm of the seasons. The music has really allowed me to utilize these emotions and headspaces in a positive way rather than letting it ruin me. It's about rebirth.